Reunion. Hello, y'all. I was selling crack on a private jet up in the hell and back. But no confusion, this a reunion. Hello, y'all. Welcome back. Get murder here. He counting money. He said, "Can man the hell with rap." I'm only here to shit on niggas and piss on bitches. Welcome, ass. I bought jewelry and bikes, nigga. Black Benzes and white Vigors. Now I'm out here and I'm looking for more chandeliers and light fixtures. Nah. I don't like niggas, what's wrong with me? I'm a hype nigga, but this 44 turn to Michael Jordan. I look and say, take flight.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog. The app is an easy way to make some cash just by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and New York, just to name a few. Make sure to support the show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog app. Use code Mase, Cam, or STAT to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash with your first deposit and a free pick. I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your hosts, Mase and Cam.
Killer, what's good, man?
What's good, Murder? How was your holidays, man?
Really good, man.
That's
really good.
How about you, Stat?
Great. I had a good little plate. That's what I needed. How was yours?
It was good. It was good. My son flew in town. Larry, his family came over. I had a really good Thanksgiving, man.
Hey.
I really haven't been that family orientated with a holiday in a long time. I got a long dining table and shit. It's the first time that shit ever been filled up. It wasn't even enough room. I had a good time.
No, that's super dope to hear. Okay.
Mase, you know Stat still flies coach?
Oh my God.
Yeah, a few times we was on the same flight.
We've been on the same flight a lot.
She walks past me like she doesn't even know me.
That's fucked.
I did not do that.
Should on upgrade her.
Yeah.
Did not.
No, I asked her that she want to sit up there. She goes like this. No, I'm okay.
Okay.
Like she waves at me like she doesn't even know me.
Yeah. Well, I told her don't get caught on camera back there sleeping. Bro,
oh, yeah.
Bro, 19B.
One, I don't be that far, and two, I don't be sleep. I be up on my flight.
For 4.5?
Much.
For the whole?
It depends where I'm going.
Yeah, I'm talking about east to west.
It depends where I'm going.
I see people sleep.
And I do see Mase on my flight a lot. So yeah. I always do speak though.
Yeah.
I don't be ignoring him. I speak.
You know, like when somebody know you and they know you famous, that's how she be walking by like she doesn't even know niggas.
Oh, okay.
I don't do that. I always speak.
You know what? Now that I think about it, this is crazy. Last year we all rode coach together. We went, but it was all coach seats. We went to Colorado.
Yeah.
It was only a Frontier flight. It was the only flight that would get us there in time.
And we booked it like an hour before, to go.
But if it was first class, I wouldn't have got. I would have missed the game. I wouldn't have been able to do it. When everybody in the same seat, it's all good. But it's not the same seat. I can't do it. I seen too many celebrities get caught on that camera. Then they start arguing with the niggas recording, and you look even crazy.
Like, yo, don't be recording me.
Yeah, exactly.
Why are you back here?
Yeah, exactly. And then I was telling her, this is all before you came, me, her, and Mike was talking, and I was telling her what's going to happen next is they going to blame us.
Yeah.
What y'all got her back there for?
I don't even be that far back. And when I travel with my friends, so we take up the road together, and that's fine. Like, I don't need to be...
Let me tell you something. It's the front of the back. It's not that far back. It's not that far front. Unless you're going overseas when you got the middle business class after first, maybe it's night and day. It's left and right. It's up and down. That's all you got. You know what be happening?
Class,
You know what it be too? You know when people listen, I worked my way to get first class for people who think I'm acting a little bougie. I worked very hard. I was back. I'm old enough to been on a flight when it was smoking section on that joint. That's how old I am. I remember.
What airline was that?
See, the thing about it is I was privileged to travel at a young age. My mother took me to Disney World when I was 2.5, 3, 1979, 80 and all that.
Oh,
used to be able to smoke up in the front of the plane and all that. I remember as a child, I was like, damn, it's smoking. But
do you remember what airline it was?
No, I don't remember the airline. But what I was going to say is, you know what's crazy? When people in coach try to use the first class bathroom and the stewardess shuts them down. So no.
Go to the
Your bathroom is back there.
That sounds like segregation.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hey, you can't use it up here. You gotta go back.
Yeah, the nigga shook. He's so cheap. He still fly coach and be telling me to sneak him food when the food come. He want me to bring him food back. Yeah, I said, you just being cheap, bro.
And then let me just add real quick, the flights that usually be like, if I go home, is usually like $300 if you can book it. I'm booking my flight the day before whenever I can. I just got to get the seat that I can get. So if I'm trying to go home, I got to go home. So I just book what I can get.
All right, so we're going to help you out, Stat. For all of those Delta reps that are out there, we need you to sponsor Stat right now. So hit me up. Let me know how we can start that conversation. And we'll be sponsored by Delta by the end of the week.
Yeah.
We do
Free
like
flight.
We do like Delta. Shout out Delta. Today we're joined with our analyst, Michael Irvin. Mike, how you doing? How was your break?
Mike, what's up? I got bad Miami news though, but go ahead.
Yeah. And I gotta say I'm doing well, and I'm trying to project new energy, man, because things haven't worked out. You know, we didn't win in Miami. I was so down and disappointed about that. But also, remember last week I talked about this, man, when I was saying I don't know how I want that Dallas game to go. I was happy the Cowboys won because it made Thanksgiving. I didn't think about the fans or the people. I was just thinking about my own personal feelings. But winning on Thanksgiving in Dallas, winning your first home game, you know, and it made Thanksgiving a good Thanksgiving. You know, so I was happy they won that game. So yeah, I'm good. And I'm gonna say I'm good because I got to change the vibration around me right now so I can start winning. Miami lost. I picked Houston win by 4. Then they lost. I just hate losing any 2 things in a row. I don't want to set patterns in losing.
Well, look, Miami lost, and you know they had an outstanding season, but Dion and them finished the season strong. I believe 52-0 game, and we watched him, and which was so dope, man. We got to watch him walk his 2 sons out on Senior Day, which was really dope. Did you get a chance to see that, Mike?
Oh yeah, I saw it, man. You know, I saw it all.
Yeah.
I saw it all. And my mind went. Now let me tell you, now Dion and I mess with each other quite a bit, you know, and when I used to be out in the streets all the time and off seasons running around, Dion would call me and say, hey, man, I saw little Michael and Elijah walking down the highway. They had their bag. They say they out of there. They dead, they home, they gone. Right. Messing with. I said, man, stop saying that, man, right? So we always mess with each other like that. And he's so close with his boys. So my thoughts really went back to those young years of him walking around with those boys and everything. And seeing that. So it was a beautiful moment. It really was. It really was. Now, I love the boys, too, because you saw what the boys did where they said we're going to try to get my mama and my daddy to walk together, right?
Yeah. Did you see Dion move like an all-pro back out there?
Boy, what Hey, look, I saw with Dion, he passed them all perfectly. I mean, he passed them all. I read some of the comments. They said, boy, Dion got all 10 toes the way he made that. Like, ain't no way he missing toes. You know?
Special teams.
It was not going to be. He wasn't going to get caught on picture on a shot. Even on a picture with her. Yeah, so, you know, you guys do know, though, that kind of situation is always hard. Those situations are always hard when you're going through those things. So, anybody that's going through it, not that I have, I'm sure they can understand.
I blinked Dion was gone. Shout out to Coach Prime, man.
Listen, when you break off that fast, that means you had to break off some cash.
When you break off that fast, that means I had to break off some cash that month. See what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. I get that.
That's what I call the cash cut.
The cash cut.
Cash cut. Hey, man. I'm not Coach Prime. This is all Michael Irvin.
You know we having fun. He knows we having fun.
Yeah.
I just think having fun. You know, hey, he's always gonna end up on top. No matter what. I always say that.
Yeah.
So he knows he don't mind you joking with him. I'm telling you, man, Dion is the one that always starts the jokes. If it was reversed, he would be killing me right now. He would be killing me.
Got you.
Okay, so let's start with the Bears. After a 6-game losing streak, Bears fire head coach Matt Eberflus following a 4-8 start to the season. Mike, does this decision make sense to you right now at this point in the season? Like, was it any shock to you when he was fired?
Well, it wasn't a shock. And we can say, well, I don't think it even makes sense right now. You only got a few more games to go. But then when I saw a tweet from one of the players, I said, yeah, it makes sense. He went to hallelujah, praise the Lord. Somebody wake me up, tell me it really happened. So something, if one player is bold enough to put stuff out like that, he's not the only one talking in the locker room, you know. And those guys needed somebody else to put that blame and that stink on. And so now you could at least try to say, all right, he's gone. Let's keep working because we got to stop losing those close games. They've been fighting hard and coming up short. And then that mistake the other day of not trying to get closer to do the field goals, all of those problems, man. Yeah, it was just time to make a change.
Yeah, I really believe that I think it was time to make a change, but I definitely would have liked to see them go to the end of the season because something that was stated earlier in the season when we've been talking about the Chicago Bears is that they lack continuity. So when you fire a coach, with several games to go, all you're doing is bringing somebody in new under that same turmoil to get 4 losses, at least 4 to 5 losses, and then start off the new year already 0-5. Which is going to make it pretty difficult for the person to even do well, even when the offseason comes back. Because when they get in what they call in summer camp and all of that, it's going to still have this stench that they didn't do well last year because they're racking up losses. I don't think when it comes to GMs that they think, oh, that was last season. They want to, if they're changing the system, they're trying to change the culture, and then changing the culture, they're looking to win. But in order to win, you got to have trust. In order to have trust, you got to have continuity. And those are the things that they lack. I think that last call that they made, that blunder with the clock, it was just a poor judgment. And I think that was the final straw that made them say, get him out of here. When I saw Caleb on the ground, sacked, pause, I was just like, oh, yeah, he's out of here. That one particular play let me know that. And I know they're going to try to blame the defense. The defense is not playing that well as well. They're probably ranked around 22, 21st in defense. But, they got all kind of woes down there in Chicago.
Since Lovie Smith has been fired, which was in 2012, no coach lasts more than 2 years. And that's a problem. Whether they figure out these problems in the middle of the season, after the first year, after the first 2 years, you're right. You're not going to gain continuity. You're realizing you make these mistakes a year into the season, 2 years into the season, into the second season, half a season. In this particular case, week 12, you have to know who you're recruiting to coach the team. And especially this particular season, when you have a brand new quarterback and you're saying, look, we want to develop this coach with this quarterback. Now, next year, you're going to have to have a new coach with a new young quarterback. It's going to be no continuity, like Mase just said, so I totally agree with that. But it's just the Chicago Bears organization. It's nothing new to me. It doesn't really surprise me. This is what the Chicago Bears organization has been doing decade after decade after decade. Like I said, we talked about it last football season with OJ when he said that the Dallas Cowboys defense looked like the 1985 Bears and we thought he was smoking. We said that you're bugging. Oh, we love you. God bless the dead. But what the hell do you mean that the Dallas Cowboys look like nothing looks like the 1985 Bears. I haven't seen anything yet. Michael Irvin, y'all was pretty close. But them dudes were superstars, man. McMahon, Refrigerator Perry, Walter Payton. That team was just rock and roll.
Our team was good, but they were not even the Bears. They were not the 85 Bears. No.
Yeah, it was not.
And all them jokers out there, man, no, that was a different group, boy. We had a good group, but we didn't have that group.
Right.
We didn't have that group.
Right, but I'm just
saying.
Right, but this is my point that we're saying, and we even talking about when you got William the Refrigerator Perry playing running back at certain times. Before the Philly tush push pause, whatever you call it. And we haven't seen anything from the Bears since, not even remotely close. A lot of teams aren't remotely close, but there's no continuity in that organization. And to be honest with you, I'm not surprised by the firing.
Yeah, 14 and 12.
You make me think about something, though. Mm-hmm. You bring up something, you're making me think about it. I was just trying to figure it out and remember, as you were talking about it, it has been chaos since Lovey.
Right.
The only time they really had success back when, Lovey, they got there, but Dicker, they won the Super Bowl with Dicker.
Right.
And I was trying to think, and I know Dicker, Lovey, Matt Eberflus, who were the other coaches in there? Because you know what?
Well, after Lovey Smith, it was Mark Trestman. After him, John Fox.
Mark Trestman.
Yep, Matt Nagy. And then we just fired, however you pronounce Matt's last name.
That's interesting. Mark Trestman, I love. He was with me at the University of Miami, quarterback, tight end, offense coordinator, coach. But the last few, and I was thinking about, Eberflus, and you're getting these number one picks at quarterback, the Justin Fields high picks. I always say, if I'm getting a high pick and I'm bringing in a coach, that coach has to be an offensive coach.
Right.
He has to be an offensive coach. I want the head coach and the quarterback to be together tightly, because every decision made by the quarterback on the football field, I want him to have complete power in making those decisions, because they come from the head coach. Now, if I got a young quarterback with an offensive coordinator and a defensive head coach, now his offensive coordinator telling him something, the defensive head coach may have another different way about winning this football game. He wants to win with his defense and saying, stop throwing the ball, stop messing up like that. That's why I think what's important, and you're hearing rumblings now, they're talking about going to get Cliff Kingsbury and all of that in Chicago. I thought it's interesting, because those are kind of names got to come up. The Mike Vrabels, are you putting yourself, Mike Vrabel will really help that defense go back to some of those 95, 85 Bears style defense. But are you really going to help the young quarterback develop? That's the decision they have to make. And if they ask me, I would tell them, go get a young offensive-minded head coach so this kid can maximize his talent. You comp him to Patrick Mahomes, well, go find his damn Andy Reid.
Right.
Okay. Now let's talk about the Steelers. They have their 21st consecutive winning season after beating the Bengals 44-38. They're tied with the Cowboys with 21 seasons without a losing record, the most in the NFL. Mike, was this a game
Wait, say that again, girl.
They're tied with the Cowboys. With the Cowboys. When the Cowboys were good. You remember that, because I don't. Was this a game you expected the Steelers to win? And then what do you think of that tie?
I thought that was, first of all, anytime I get the Cowboys mentioned in any kind of a good light, I got to accentuate it and push it back out there like that. So I appreciate your participation right there.
No problem.
But what I saw with the Steelers, that was the one thing I was worried about. One thing, even with the Cowboys, they'll be playing Bengals. The Bengals can put up points. I haven't seen this dude here right now, Joe Burrow. He's playing some of the best football, all in losses. They're losing all the games. But, man, this dude looks so good on the football field, man. So, yeah, I thought this would be a tough battle. This would be a tough battle because they can put up points. But Russell Wilson played a great game and matched all of that. They had scoring battle back and forth. I love the way Coach handled it after the game, saying Russell handled himself as he got invited into this NFC North, that AFC North rivalry right there. Because that was a hard fought game. I mean, both of those teams played pretty good, and I love that Pittsburgh came out on top, and you can see now how they're becoming. What you call them? Pickett got a unsportsmanlike conduct, and the other dude grabbed him, and he was like he listened. You know, Pickens a hard-head wide receiver, gonna do his thing, but now he's listening because they feel like they got something special. He's like, okay, I got you. I look at little things like that. That'll tell you how good they feel in the locker room about what they see on the football field. Everybody is in compliance and having order in their locker room and on their football field.
Yeah, I don't have much really to say about the Steelers other than I'm ready to think that they're a serious contender, you know. I know several times earlier in the season I had nothing good to say about the Steelers. But this was the game I was looking for from Russell Wilson. You know, when he does it against somebody like Joe Burrow, then I start taking it serious. That's just the pedigree that I come from, the mindset that I'm thinking about when you see him get over 400 yards on this type of against this type of quarterback, because I'm looking for the competitiveness that comes from greatness. That allows a person to rise to the occasion, pause against somebody great and somebody that's playing great at this time. And I think he showed me that this time. So I'm really looking forward to see what exactly that the Steelers is going to be. Are they just going to be this team that tells Mike Tomlin that he had another winning season, but that's about it, another winning regular season? Or do they really get the courage to do something in the postseason? That's where I'm at with it. You're not mad at me, right, Stat?
I'm not mad.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure. Huh?
I said, I hear you now.
Yeah, y'all serious? Y'all up there?
Yeah, listen, man. Y'all are wasting my and I totally disagree. And this is why this is what I really hate about football, because I always say it's the ultimate team sport. Joe Burrow is the ranked number 2. And the way Mase did it is right. We say this about every game. Like even today, we're gonna talk about that in a little while, was Saquon Barkley against Derrick Henry. You know what I'm saying? Joe Burrow, if he was winning, would probably be in the lead for MVP. They're averaging 30 points. Their defense is one of the worst defenses in the NFL. Their offensive line is in shambles. And this kid still puts up 30 points per game and they can't win. Balling. The number 2 QB in the NFL. And not only that, he's averaging 30. They had 38 today and they still couldn't win with 38 points. You get 38 points and you still lose, man. Like, it's crazy, bro. So, and not only him, Jamar Chase, Higgins, yo, they are balling. The defense y'all are doing, and the offensive line, y'all are doing such a disservice to this man's season. It's ridiculous. If I could smack you with some white gloves backwards, I would, man. The whole defense and the whole offensive line, y'all are doing it. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Higgins a real big fucking disservice, man. I'm really disappointed about it. It's pissing me off because y'all know how much I like Joe Burrows. Y'all know I'm Ohio native. So it's pissing me off. Every week after week, I say, it might be this week. And it's every week, y'all fucking defense lets Joe Burrow down. Let him down. Disgusted. Disgusted. Shout out to you, Joe Burrow. You can't do any more. I wish you were winning so you could at least be in the MVP conversation. Back to the Steelers. The Steelers are looking tremendous.
Cam, he spoke on that, though, Cam. We kind of spoke on that, too, though, because he said, they asked him, how you feel about this year? How long will you carry a year like this? He said, yeah, this is a disappointing year right now, but we got to hold on to this and remember it and make sure it doesn't happen again.
Right.
At least the ones that are embedded around here and are going to be around here for a while. He's basically saying a lot of you motherfuckers got to go.
Yeah, they got to go.
You were saying too.
They got to
like
go.
what you said, that we're going to get rid of a lot of these mugs because they just ain't doing nothing. So, yeah, he spoke to that, and he's right.
Listen,
Yeah, go.
you want to say something, Stat? Because I'm not finished.
No, Mase was.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, what happened to the fumbles?
What are you talking about?
Joe Burrow.
What are you talking about? Be more specific.
Like when he fumbled.
What, he gets strip sacked? When
Yeah.
the offensive, I just shit on the offensive line for not protecting him. He's not just running around dropping the football. He's throwing the ball. The defensive line's getting to him. He's getting sacked. He isn't just running and fumbling. That's why I was wondering what you meant with the fumble.
Oh, no, that's what I meant when they stripped the ball out of his
I was
hand.
screaming on them niggas for basically letting niggas get to him. Even when he gets some time to throw, it's counting as a fumble because he's not letting his arm go forward yet, but they're stripping the ball out of his hand because his offensive line sucks. And not only his offensive line, Ben sucks. Cincinnati as an organization, you have a franchise quarterback, and for the 4 years he's been there, you have not protected this man. He's been hurt 2 out of the 4 years that he's been there because you haven't got a good offensive line to protect him. 1 year, he was the most sacked quarterback in the NFL and still made it to the Super Bowl, being the most sacked quarterback in the NFL. So what are y'all going to do as an organization to protect this nigga? And then like Mase just said, he gets credited with the fumbles like he's just fumbling the ball. He's not just fumbling the ball. Offensive line's not doing their job. Defense is letting niggas score 44 points. And with all that, they still had a chance to win today. They had the onside kick away from winning the game. They lost by 6 points. 38 points and you can't win. And listen, let's think about this, right? Russell Wilson, that's why I wanted to get back to the game. I just had to tell the Cincinnati Bengals something as an organization, not necessarily their offense, their defense, not necessarily special teams, but your defense, your offensive line, and whoever's doing the scouting and your general manager, get the niggas some fucking help immediately because it's fucking ridiculous. You're wasting this man's early career. Now back to the game and the Pittsburgh Steelers. What I do want to say is this. You have Russell Wilson, who Stat said the best days were behind him, having his second best game of his career ever. 414 yards. Stat said his days was done last year. Now you're out here doing 414 yards. Not only was his days done, she said Mike Tomlin was wilding for starting the nigga when Justin Fields was playing good. I don't know if we should do that. Now look at these niggas. Russell Wilson t-shirts and all that. Mike out here. Now Mike Tomlin know what he's doing. Now Sierra's back in the mix. now niggas is looking good. Pittsburgh Steelers fans, don't get me wrong, outside of Papa Stat, they're fans, but they had a lot of questions among quarterbacks, among head coaches, among decisions. And now this shit is going right. Niggas like, we got to put our trust in Mike Tomlin. Hey, Russell Wilson, he isn't that bad as we thought he was. He's pretty all right. Second best game of his career, crazy. Now, what I will say is this. Me as an analyst doing this the last couple years, and even this season since we've been doing this, I don't want to say we've been hard on Mike Tomlin. We've just been calling it like we see it. Yeah. And this is a year that he's out. It seemed like he's listening. Fuck y'all talking about. Because listen, let me say one thing. It's a few different things when it comes to black people and niggas. Mike Tomlin is both. He's a black man, but he know how to be a nigga when he know how to be a nigga.
Yeah,
to the point,
that's why we love him.
Yeah, and to the point where I seen a little bit of nigga in Russell Wilson. Nigga, Russell Wilson, yeah, nigga. I said, oh yeah, where this light-skinned Indian nigga been? Fucking where this nigga been at? Yeah, I
Indian
said, you know, he got that complexion. He got the hair and all that. You don't know exactly what kind of black he is. But Mike Tomlin is bringing that out. I never seen, in all the days, Pete Carroll, whatever the first coach name was in
Seattle.
Before Sean Payton got there, I ain't never seen nigga Diddy Bop. The nigga Russell Wilson had a Diddy Pop. He's like, yeah, and showed a little edge to him. And I said, that's all because of Mike Tomlin. I'm happy that he's going to have another winning season. It's looking like because I'm a Mike Tomlin fan. I just call it like I see it. We was accepting average, and now they're doing better than average. So I'm happy about that. Even if you see Mike Tomlin after the game, I don't know if you've seen it, he flipped on the nigga, told me, yo, why would you say that? You mic'd up. Shut up, go in the locker room. Then 5 minutes later, he on live with the nigga dancing. I said, that's a nigga right there. I fuck with Mike Tomlin.
Right.
Even in the
see that, Cam. What happened? Wait, I didn't see that one.
So they were walking in the locker room. This is off camera. And something happened to where somebody was mic'd up. And he said, yo, shut your ass up and get in the locker room. Because they was mic'd up and said the wrong thing. And then 5 minutes later, homeboy was on live and Mike Tomlin was in his camera dancing with him with the live after it was over. And I was like, that's a nigga. Even when they asked Mike Tomlin, I don't know if it was last week or the week before last, when they was like, Antonio Brown said he's willing to play for free. Yeah. And Mike Tomlin just looked at niggas and walked off. That's nigga shit. That's like, let me walk off before I say what I really want to say. So congratulations to the Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike Tomlin, and having another winning season. It look like it's going to be better than just having a winning season, because Pittsburgh, week after week, and especially Cam up here, saying that, sorry, Mike, let me take this out till I finish the segment, especially saying that, wait till the second half of the season, wait till this week, wait till that week, and week after week, they've been showing that they're the team to beat in this division. And this is a loaded division. Well, not really this year, but we're expecting Cincinnati to do good. We wasn't sure what the Cleveland Browns were going to do with Deshaun Watson. Of course, we thought the Ravens would be in first place right now, and they're not in first place. And we'll get to the Ravens later on this morning. But Mike Tomlin has, to me, exceeded expectations, and congratulations.
Yep.
Wait, well, let me ask y'all something. Would you let AB play on your team?
No.
If he was the coach? No. For free?
No.
You, Mike?
Coach knew, and he was smart enough to know that no matter where he goes with that answer, he was going to lose. So walking off was the power move. Like, don't even address that. Right. I'm not going to help anybody gain any followers. Boo, I'm out of here. And that's all. That was brilliant. And that answer is no. God, no. Not just a no. I'm going to put God in front of it.
Yeah, and see, the thing about it I want Stat to chime in on Pittsburgh, because AB is my man, and the thing is about it, we had AB up here last season for about 4 or 5 shows, and I think he's a very misunderstood person in general, because he's very articulate, very intelligent, and understands everything. Even everything that we thought may have been crazy AB did, he explained why he did it, and it sounded like reasonable. It seemed like it makes sense, and he explained it, and we was like, wow, we never looked at it from that perception. Only reason I said no is because AB reminds me, and I'm not going to compare myself to AB, but my mother always said this about me, that Cam, I'm glad that you didn't play professional sports and you end up doing music or going the route that you went, because you have a problem listening. And people like AD, when you're in an organization or you're part of a team and you feel like you're being outed or being put in one of these kids doing their own thing, so to speak, and you feel that you did nothing wrong, sometimes you look like the outcast and you look crazier than what you are, or even if you are crazy at all, and then it looks bad upon you and you're part of an organization, and sometimes you have to tone down your attitude when you're part of a team. And I think AB has trouble doing that. But then when he explains why he did it, you be like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
That was a great
and to that, let me tell you why I say no and say God no. Now, what AB brought to a football field was absolute incredible. He was a great talent. But now you have something in place. You have structure in place. You have order in place. You have a pecking order on your football team right now. To bring in that kind of talent that's going to expect to make any kind of impact, and he wants the opportunity to make impact, will disrupt everything you do within your locker room. Now, he said, and Mike Tomlin has said, they're great friends. And AB said Mike Tomlin was the best coach he's ever had, the only one that can keep him in check, and he was the best one to keep him in check. That's why I was surprised that he wanted to get out of there. But I still would not bring him back on this team, because I just think it would disrupt the chemistry of the football team.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just going to add, even though I think AB and even Le'Veon Bell are both great players, some things are just better done in the past. We're at a great point right now, so I want to keep it that way. Cam, to your point, I know what I said about Russell Wilson. Things change. We've seen a lot that I didn't expect to happen this year. Truly, the landscape that he was in Denver just did not put him to look at his best. Things change, like we always talk about week after week, we see a lot of differences.
So how much you think you changed toward Russell? Is it 90 or is it 100?
At the end of the day, I was going to trust the process regardless. I can't put a percentage on it, but...
Mase, let me explain something.
You was going to trust the process.
I can't. That's what loyal fans do.
Mase, let me tell you something, because you have sometimes we all have different things going on in life, and Mike wasn't here. And I'm going to remind you of this because I have an elephant memory. All right, so me and you. I don't remember exactly what was going on and what was happening. And me and you was trying to give Russell Wilson some credit last year, and Stat wasn't with it to the point where she said, "You know what? I have my own show." And I'll go on my own show and I'll disrespect Russell Wilson on my own show.
I remember that.
And she left this show and said, like, okay, Cam and Mase feel this way about Russell Wilson. When I go on my show, check out the Stat. I'll go tell niggas how I really feel about Russell Wilson. And she dissed him on her
do you
show.
remember that Stat? For 30
remember.
minutes.
And then it was like, hey, he's your quarterback. And it was like, oh, yay. Like, that's all I could really do.
Yeah, well, okay, since you were talking about that, let's chime back about 4 weeks where we're like, I like Mike Tomlin, but I'm not sure if he should be taking justice.
I wasn't sure. It didn't make sense because we were winning. So I was like, why would you
But you
switch
just
up what's
said
going
you was
on?
going to trust the process.
I can still trust the process and have my concerns, and that was a concern. I didn't know if it was going to work, and clearly it's working.
What's the difference between doubt and concern?
These definitions, Mase, I don't know.
You switching definitions.
I know I went to school, but I can only do so much. And then the last thing to Cam's point, because I know you were talking about all the points that the Bengals put up. Interesting stat. So the Bengals scored a total of 99 points in the last 3 games and lost all of those games. So clearly, Joe Burrow is not the issue. They have a lot that they got to work on over there because I would be frustrated too. So hopefully they can figure it out.
They averaging 33 points a damn game and you can't win.
Crazy. Okay. We are going to go to break. When we return, we will discuss the Ravens and the Eagles. Don't go anywhere.
She called this thing about toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. What's stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. But she really thinking about it. Wanna be free. Why am I in this woman wanna be free? Hell, I don't wanna see her walk away. I wish somebody told me the rules. Disagreements let her win, and it's cool. Even when I'm right, this ain't about you.
Welcome back. Now let's get into our underdog picks of the day. Today, the Browns will play the Broncos. Underdog has Bo Nix at 221.5 passing yards. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
I'm going to go higher.
High.
Okay, Jameis Winston's at 35 passing attempts. Do you have him higher or lower, Cam?
Yeah, higher.
Lower.
Okay, and Jerry Jeudy's at 57.5 receiving yards. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
Higher.
Lower.
Okay, if you guys like these picks, remember you always get a free pick if you're not already on Underdog, so make sure to support the show, sign up now, and you can make your picks too. We're joined back with our analyst, Michael Irvin. So the Eagles are 10-2 after beating the Ravens 24-19. Just in general, Mike, do you think that the Eagles are a better team?
Better than the Ravens, obviously, yes. I think that they're better than team that they were last year, and that's a great question because I thought this was a crucial game. This was the 12th game. Remember, they were 10-1 last year, right before they went 1-6 on that slump. So right here, you want to come to this game like that was the 12th game. Let's make sure we keep this rolling from here on out. Trust me, that's in their head and in their mind. But what Saquon Barkley brings to this football team is a whole nother element. You know, the running game star was Jalen Hurts in years past. Now Jalen Hurts can be a very big added part of the running game, but not the running game star. That belongs to Saquon Barkley, and that's what makes that team so right now, so dynamic and so complete. With that dude running the football, with that special talent, and those guys they got on the outside. Now Jalen Hurts can be the star quarterback, not the star running back and quarterback, just the star quarterback.
Yeah, I think when watching this game, I thought the Saquon Barkley and Henry thing was gonna be much more exciting than it was. I think it didn't really live up to my expectations. I was definitely expecting Lamar even to get off pause more, but it seemed like the defense just was stingy towards Lamar, and they did their job, you know. And shout out to the Eagles for doing their part. And I look forward to the Eagles being right there. I know we're talking about, even earlier we was talking about the Steelers. I think the Eagles was going to be the team that surprised us in that division.
Yeah, look, Steelers, pardon me, not Steelers, I'm still on the Steelers. Philadelphia, they're looking like the team a couple years ago that were really good. But this game boils down to the punt and the extra kicks.
Kicker.
And this is one of the best kickers in NFL history. You missed 2 field goals and an extra point. And you're sitting there saying, this doesn't happen. So you lose by 5 and you miss 7 points. So we're sitting there talking about a different game with a kicker that rarely, never, ever misses. Now, this season, I don't know what's going on this season. And Baltimore has some decisions to make because he missed 10 kicks this season, which is uncharacteristic for him. This is not what he does. This is probably top 3 kickers once it's all said and done in NFL history. And he's having a bad season. And it's costing them games. And now it's costing them important games because the Steelers are starting to pull away in that division. So now you sit there and get the Steelers getting a win over the Bengals last night, and then you lose this game to Philadelphia. I'm talking about Baltimore. And now you're in jeopardy of losing the division. Now it's 5 games left, but the way the Steelers are playing and Russell Wilson getting the rhythm that he's getting, and not even Russell Wilson, I believe Mike Tomlin is so good that he's made Justin Fields very, very comfortable being that unique piece, whether it's running in once in a while for a first down or faking a pass or saying, yo, we need you to win this game for us. He's accepted the role that he's been put in since Russell Wilson been back. And they make him feel good, pause when I say that, because there's been a few games that he's sealed with his running. And that's an important piece. So now that you're not being the quarterback, you're also winning games and sealing games for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So it looks like everybody's happy because Mike Tomlin probably having that talk with him. Yo, we know we're going to need you, man. You know we're going to need you, right? And another stat that we had also, I didn't bring up because we were, I know we was running out of time before the break. Russell Wilson had 8 different receivers for over 20 yards yesterday.
Right.
8 for over 20 yards, 8 different ones. And I'm saying this team is coming together right now as to where Baltimore, we're giving to me Baltimore the benefit of the doubt for what they've done over the last couple of years as opposed to what they're doing this year. I sat there and seen Lamar Jackson in a press conference. He's so like, man, I don't even want no off break, this off week, this, that, and the third. And he was like, Lamar, it was a few times you could have ran. Why didn't you? He said he was waiting for routes to develop, but he was so mad that he could have ran, and his mother just told him, yo, why you ain't run? His mother's in his ear. He at the press conference said, my mom just told me that. My mom just said I should have took off. And I think my personal opinion, not saying that Lamar Jackson isn't running when he needs to run, because we all see the spectacular running capabilities that he has week after week. But what I think is his first couple years, and even last year, a little bit of last year, he was being questioned so much about, is he a better runner than passer? Is he a better runner than passer? To where we see how good he is as a passer. Of course, you got to be a great passer to be in the league MVP 2 times in a row as a quarterback. But there's certain times where I think, and I don't know the balance, I don't have the answer for what I'm about to say, that you say, okay, do I let this route develop, or do I just take off and get this damn first down so we can have 4 more downs? And that's what he's going to have to figure out as a quarterback. But right now, I think that Pittsburgh looks dominant in the division. There's 5 weeks left, and we're giving the Ravens the benefit of the doubt of what they've done over the past 2 seasons.
Definitely agree there. Now let's talk about the 49ers. They lost to the Bills 35-10 during a snowy game. The 49ers fear Christian McCaffrey suffered a potential season-ending PCL injury. Mike, do you feel like McCaffrey's career is over? Strong question. And then do you think that the 49ers even had a chance to win this game?
That was a tough game for the 49ers to win. I mean, they were running the ball early on in that game, but you even see the problems, and I heard them talking about it with the ball slipping out of Brock Purdy's hands. Now, I'm going to say this. They were talking about it, and it is true. You know, I got big hands, and Josh Allen has big hands, and that kind of weather, you need big hands to throw the ball because you need to hold on to the ball. Brock Purdy doesn't have big hands, so the ball slipping out of his hands a lot. I don't think there was any way San Francisco was going to beat Buffalo in Buffalo on that night. So the answer to that is no. Now, his career, I don't believe his career is over. But I think they need to think about shutting him down for this season, you know, because he's been out here, he's been hurt. He got in, he looked great early on running the football. But then for some, you know, we obviously know now it's PCL. He was still in the game. He caught the pitch and tried to start running. So you can, and just had to fall down. So you can tell he was worried about coming out of the game because he knew he had been previously injured, and he kept trying to go. That worries me because now he's going to try to do too much because he's already missed so much time if I bring him back. And now he may damage himself where his career may be over, like you just said. You see what I'm saying? That's why this year, even though they're 5-7 and the lead probably 7-5, they're still close and have an opportunity. I'm shutting them down and putting them on the side because, I just don't want to lose him and don't want to lose his career trying to get through a Super Bowl this year when I look like I look if I'm the 49ers.
Really quick, Mike, can I ask you this? So I know you're talking about this season, even looking ahead to next season, we know that McCaffrey has had a lot of injuries. Do you think he'll still be as durable for next season given the injuries that he has had?
Well, a good off season to try to heal and some of the issues that he's had with ligaments and everything. Sometimes what happens in football, we'll have a poor hamstring or you'll have a swollen thumb. You're back playing the next week. You never really give it time to heal. You get it comfortable enough so you can go back and play, but you don't give it time to heal. That's why I'm saying shut him down, let him heal. Let it all heal, and then come back next year. What you just asked me about is what I want to hold off the risk on losing any more of him than I've already lost. So I think it'll be smart of them to just say, hey, let's shut this down.
Yeah, when I look at this game, I was really surprised, and I knew that Josh Allen was good. I hear Killer talk about him all the time, but this game kind of really sealed it for me. I think this was a great weekend of football. Looking at him get a touchdown, scoring, running one in, pause, catching one from somebody else and with the pitch pass, as well as the one he threw. It just seemed like he was having a record breaking career. I'm not career, but a record breaking pass and game that I was just thinking like this guy's really for real. He looked like he was Pat Mahomes out there really doing whatever he want. But this 49ers team looked like they can't play in snow. I mean, from the very beginning, it looked like Miami when they normally are in the playoffs and they're playing against a team with snow, like they don't belong there. That's exactly how this game looked. I knew they was going to lose, but I didn't think it was going to be such a blowout. Pause.
Before I even chime in about the game, I want to give my prayers to I don't want to say his name was Shavarius Ward. He just came back last night after his daughter passed away. He missed 3 games and he played to the best of his capability. So I want to give my prayers and gratitude to him for even being out there, because I know it's tough to lose a child. I don't know that, and I don't ever want to know that. So I just want to give my prayers and shout out to his family as well. As far as the 49ers are concerned, you're not going to be able to win with all the injuries the 49ers have. Yeah. The 49ers have a plethora of injuries. Bosa didn't play. Trent Williams didn't play. McCaffrey got hurt. Ayuk is out for the season. Debo Sanders is out once in a while. They have about 14 missed players that didn't play yesterday. And when you got the top of the line players not there, it's hard to gain chemistry. McCaffrey, I don't even think that he was ever healthy fully this year. I agree with Mike. Shut him down for the year. He's 28 years old. We know running backs don't have a long-lived career in the NFL. Give this man another 3-4 years to play, 5 years to play to his maximum capability. I think that he's seen that they were in trouble early in the year. He says, okay, I could give you guys 70, 75% of me, pause, and let's see where that takes us. But I don't think he was ever fully healthy. Another thing with the 49ers, Ayuk is out, and it seems like their down the field passing game has just not been the same this season since he's been out. He's been out since the first week, I believe. But their passing game down the field has been missing. It hasn't been the same. Now you're getting 10 yards and we talk about the yak yards after the catch. That's another story. But the long ball pause has not been there for the 49ers, and that's partly due to Ayuk not being there. Defensive-wise, you don't have Bosa playing. You're not going to get to the quarterback without help from Bosa. And that's just what I've said about 49ers. But the injuries are killing the 49ers. They're killing them. Secondly, before I move on to the Buffalo Bills, the 49ers are not made for this weather. And if they are made for this weather, they wasn't acting like it. You could tell the difference for teams that know how to play in the cold, the teams that's not familiar playing with the cold. The Buffalo Bills, they wasn't slipping and sliding all over the field. The 49ers wasn't. And I don't know what kind of cleats the 49ers have. And this goes back to not just this game. Me watching football the last couple of years and seeing niggas enjoying cleats and Kobe cleats and all these trying to be fashionable with their cleats. And the Buffalo Bills were not slipping and sliding all over the field because mainly they live there and they know what cleats they should probably have in tough weather, cold weather, particularly the snow, as opposed to the San Francisco 49ers slip sliding all over the damn field yesterday and wasn't prepared for the weather. That's A. To the flip side, the Buffalo Bills, incredible. They're looking really good. Josh Allen, he would love to be like, and it's still early, it's quiet, but this could possibly be his MVP season. He's leading MVP votes, well, not votes, betting right now. He's number one in the race for MVP. And I know he would love to get that MVP and be like, Stephon Diggs who, nigga? That's what y'all was worried about. That's who was holding me back. That's what I've been trying to tell y'all. Y'all got the wrong nigga. I'm the nigga. And he would love that. Right now, they're looking like they're hitting on all cylinders. Mase referenced it earlier. First player since actually Christian McCaffrey to have a running touchdown, a receiving touchdown, and throwing touchdown. Before that, it was Danian Tomlinson and Walter Payton probably in 1979. So Josh Allen's looking crazy. Not only that, he didn't even have a great game passing. I think he had like 107 yards, something like that. He didn't play the fourth quarter. He was just that's how good that the Buffalo Bills are looking right now.
Yeah.
But, you know, when it happens, you look great during the regular season. Y'all have one person to beat. You have one person to prove something to. And we can sit here in week 12 and say how great Josh Allen is and how he's outplaying Patrick Mahomes and the rest of the quarterbacks for that matter. He looks like he will win the MVP if he keeps playing. Him or Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley's looking absolutely fantastic too. What I'm more mad that me and my nigga Church was actually talking about is that we're not talking about anybody from Minnesota or Sam Darnold. It's nobody in the top 10 in the MVP race that's from Minnesota, and they have a 10-2 record as well. The top 4 players for MVP race right now is Josh Allen, Saquon Barkley, Lamar Jackson, and Jared Goff. And we're not talking about Minnesota or Sam Darnold or the record that they have. And it's a real disappointment. I'm going to start giving you guys the attention, Minnesota, that you guys deserve because you guys are playing outstanding. The sad part is just that you're in a division with the Detroit Lions, and the Detroit Lions are just looking spectacular. So you're getting kind of downplayed from their play. But shout out to the Minnesota Vikings. You're playing an outstanding football as well. And shout out to Josh Allen.
But
Go ahead.
also, Cam, to that, I mean, I look to that now, you know, and Josh did have 148 yards passing.
148.
But when you see the landscape of how that MVP is playing out, this is probably as good a chance as someone else outside of a quarterback getting it this year with Saquon Barkley having an opportunity because Josh, Jared, and Lamar, those 3 guys you just talked about who right now are in that race with him, all 3 of them can at any time give you a 3-interception game. And at the wrong time they do it, then this will get a chance to give Saquon Barkley, a non-quarterback, an opportunity to win MVP, which just doesn't happen often.
Yeah, I think Josh will get it. He just broke Jim Kelly's record as well with 247 touchdowns.
Well, the thing about it, Mike, it's funny that you brought that up.
And that was their 5th straight AFC East division title.
Yeah.
You know, you went to 4 straight Super Bowls, you got 5 straight AFC East division titles, so, you know, this got to be their year.
Well, Jim Kelly ain't won one of them Super Bowls, Mike, so.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, he was
Clear
there.
that up.
Yeah, let's be clear. He went to 4 straight and then lost 4 straight. But what I was going to say is that shit, you threw me the fuck off, Mike, with that shit. I don't even remember what I was going to say, but it was important. But I had to be clear to let niggas know Jim ain't won none of them shits. But Josh Allen, that's what I was going to say. Now I remember. What I think should what should be done, to be totally honest with you, is it should be an MVP and the best quarterback of the year award. Because year after year after year after year, the quarterback wins the MVP. And it's outstanding defensive players, it's outstanding quarterbacks, it's outstanding receivers. And we give it to the quarterback because the quarterback, of course, he's the guy that makes the offense tick. And mostly you win on offense more than defense, definitely, in the NFL. But we need to, I'm not the one to say it. Well, I'm the one to say it on my motherfucking show, but I'm not the one to be able to change it. But it needs to be a best quarterback award and then the MVP. If both happen to be both hand-in-hand, cool. But we can't keep ignoring niggas who's playing great on defense or somebody who's having an outstanding year receiving-wise or somebody who's running the ball as good as Saquon is running. And it's sad that it's going to go to another quarterback. Well-deserved if it does go to Josh Allen, but that's a great point. This is probably the best year when we're talking about Saquon Barkley outside of a quarterback that may get it, but I don't think he'll get it.
No, not if Josh Allen keeps playing the way he's playing.
Right.
Okay, so last one. I don't know if we'll have time to get to the game, but I want to get you guys' opinion on this quote from head coach Antonio Pierce, obviously for the Raiders. So ahead of the Raiders versus Chiefs game on Black Friday, he said, "Let's call a spade, right? Best team in football against the worst team in football. Let's change the narrative. Let's make it a dogfight, make it ugly, make it scrappy." So Mike, gonna let you go first. What did you think of the word choice he used to basically motivate his team, saying that they're the worst in the league right now? And do you think the Raiders are the worst team in the league right now?
Well, they are certainly one of them right now. They are certainly one of them, to be honest with you. But now I see some pieces in there too. I'm gonna tell you something. It's sad to say that they're one of them because that tight end Brock Bowers is one of the best players, young players in the National Football League, and people need to get a chance to see him. But I don't mind how he motivated his team. You got to get the team ready to play, and that team was ready to play. They had every chance to win that football game against the best team in the league, so they showed up for it.
Yeah, that's what I was definitely going to say that. Like, no matter what he did say, they definitely put their best foot forward. They just were outclassed. Is one of those times when good defense meet better offense. That's really all you could sum that game up to be.
And listen, it ain't no one. They are the worst team in football. They have 2 wins. It's not one of them. They are actually the worst team in football, and they're eliminated from the playoffs. So they're not going to the playoffs this year. As of week 12, they don't even have a chance to go to the playoffs. Well, Giants are eliminated from the playoffs. Few people eliminated from the playoffs.
Jacksonville's 2-10 too.
Yeah, well, Jacksonville too. So, yeah, Mike.
That's nasty.
1 and 2. They put it like this: when the Carolina Panthers are better than the Raiders, this is a problem.
And the Giants got 2 wins too.
Okay, so it's 3 of them niggas with the same record. And they all eliminated from the fucking playoffs in week 12. What I will say is this. This was nothing. Listen, man. Listen, bro. Roger Goodell, Vegas, whatever the fuck, Taylor Swift, whatever the fuck y'all got going on, stop. It's starting to be too obvious. It's just starting to be too fucking obvious. You're spoiling it now. Whatever fucking cheat code y'all got for the Kansas City Chiefs right now, you're spoiling it. I don't know if the people actually seen this game because it was Black Friday. I don't know if y'all was out shopping or whatever the fuck y'all was doing Friday. But if you seen this game, you could not have seen a better call to the referees, the Chiefs better win this game. What the fuck the Raiders doing trying to make a run to win this motherfucking game? Tell them niggas slow this shit the fuck up. Taylor Swift is here. It's the day after Thanksgiving. It's the holidays. Cut this shit the fuck out right now. So for our audience who didn't see this game, the Raiders are down 2 points. They're making a drive to go kick a football.
Flag.
No, it wasn't a flag. They was making a drive to go win the motherfucking game. Two minutes left. They make a run. They go all the way down to about the 20-yard line of the Chiefs. They could have kicked a field goal on first down when they was on about the 35-yard line. They said, no, they missed the field goal earlier. Let us get closer. They're on the 20-yard line, 25-yard line with 20 seconds left. All they need is to do is kick a field goal and the Kansas City Chiefs lose this game. Who do they flash to? Taylor Swift, like this. We can't let this happen. Yo, you know what? Snap the ball and let the quarterback not be looking. And the Chiefs recover the football. And Taylor Swift can go off and be happy with Travis Kelce and the Kansas City Chiefs win again. So you make a run all the way down the field to the 20-yard line, down 2 points in field goal range, and the quarterback's not looking at the snap. He's looking over here, fumbles, and the Kansas City Chiefs recover with 10 seconds left. Taylor Swift, yay! Hercules! Yeah, listen, man, stop this shit. I don't know what y'all got going on with the Kansas City Chiefs. It's starting to be too fucking obvious. Stop, bro. Stop. It's bad. Vegas, NFL, stop. That shit was obvious. I don't know what's going on, but stop it, man.
I couldn't agree more. And people are saying that they're the luckiest team, but at this point, it's like, I mean, that's your team.
Yeah, but how are we responsible for him not looking?
That's the point.
That's what we're trying to figure out.
That's the point. Yo, you tell me this. You tell me this. You go to Taylor Swift And then you go down to you. So this is what I'm trying to say. And look, you were on a 50-yard drive to win the game against the Kansas City Chiefs, and you're not looking at the ball. You tell me, nigga. You tell me how you not focused all of a sudden. That's the question.
So you think Taylor called him?
NFL called Vegas. Yeah, Vegas called. This money, I'm gonna fuck this money up. Taylor Swift is there, nigga. No son in that nigga. They might have threw a Taylor Swift song in the headphone in the helmet, nigga. That nigga looked to the side, they hiked the ball, and he not paying no mind. Come on, man. Got the shit, bro.
This was crazy, but that is all the time that we have for today. Mike, thanks for being here. Always a pleasure to have you.
Mike, good seeing you, baby.
All right, good seeing you guys also.
All right.
Thank y'all for watching, and as always, it is what it is.
What you want, nigga? Everything, nigga, super size. Two Big Macs. Like when they doing them 2 for $5.